up, stream elements, free overlays, and also an overlay that I give you for free from our personal designer. I look forward to seeing you in those videos. Let's keep learning OBS together.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the Elbonia chat. Oh. Okay, there it is. Or temp, yeah. I see all that, but it doesn't pop up as a link. I have to like manually copy and paste it. And
No.
oh no.
I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, I'm getting for that. I'm getting art for this address. I'm getting Best TV Uganda. As well, it's one of the results that Google is giving me because apparently the URL isn't parsing correctly. So Google just searched for it and got me Uganda. As well, it's one of the results that Google is giving me because apparently the URL isn't parsing correctly. So Google just searched for it and as well, it's one of the results that Google. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yep. It's Woken.
Hello.
Honestly, that's a pretty good pick because mainly it's a locust. Everyone knows what it is. You could always say, hey, you can get extra parts if need be.
Hmm. You talk about the fact that it will fall apart at a moment's notice. However, the thing is, your average spheroid is going to need like an 8 to a 10 to hit the thing, depending on how many trees are in the way. But that's assuming no trees are in the way, actually. So if there's trees in the way, it's going to be like 11 to box cars to hit a locust going at full speed. This one might be a bit too good.
You got a point, though.
Roll piloting check or get bogged down. That is a very good point.
Honestly, I feel like it's a quote-unquote known quantity type of a mech, so they know, of course the militia knows they're gonna have to be taking this thing out, then they can prepare to take it out.
That is true. Yeah, I give this one a pass.
Good still.
Well, considering the particulars of Elbonia as we just described, and the fact that we might have a town or two to defend, I picked the urban mech. A very much beloved battle mech of the BattleTech universe, says great for defending towns and cities with its mighty autocannon 10. Ignore the fact that it moves 2-3. It's going to be stuck anyways, apparently. So
City streets. It'll be stuck in city streets.
yes, I picked the walking trash can that has been described as a waste of 1.4 million or so sea bills as a Halloween costume. But hey, it has an autocannon 10. That packs a pretty good punch, doesn't it? And it requires ammo. And it requires ammo, so eventually we're gonna run out of that. But let's just ignore that fact. Also ignore the fact that we're not going to be doing any scouting or charging. We're gonna leave that up to the J. Edgar later.
Wow.
Uh-huh. Yeah, there's also other ammo-based variants that can serve as fire support, etc. It, there's some solid tactical value to it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're not the
Yeah.
worst pick. But yeah, if I were a Hefe, I would be looking at James like,
Oh,
the other stuff better be good. Like, this is fine, but
Wait, are we making this like? Are we making this distinction solely off the urban mech at this point?
hello, Eck. Mm-hmm.
And he's got the AC-10. So just based on the urban mech and
Well,
protecting
Orgus
city space.
Industries also offers a variety of replacement right arms for the thing involving SRMs and LRMs. So there are more wonderful ammo-based options.
You do have some modability there.
so tell me if need be, we can modify it.
Thank you very much. I promise my drinking has not been too much of an issue.
Mm. Where's
I, he will live for now. Yes, just a little. Just mainly because I want a like mech that can do something more than defend. But
Ooh,
Hmm.
bombastic side eye. Wow.
Hello.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's easy. I have a simple solution that is effective and cheaper than the urban mech by
Oh no.
200,000 C-bills.
Okay,
There it
I'm
is.
listening.
And also cheaper than the Locust by 300,000 C-bills. And that, ladies and gentlemen, that mech is the Hornet. Yes. Yes, we're doing it. That's right.
I'm sorry. That just that's too bad.
Specifically, the Hornet variation 152.
Okay, explain.
Here, Chris, here's the picture.
Explain.
Okay. First off, no. El Jefe needs to know.
Yeah,
First off,
Chris, here's your picture for the thing.
This thing is cheap. Okay,
Courtesy of
it
Elbonian.
is dirt cheap. Compared to, again, cheaper than an urban mech, cheaper than a Locust even, you can buy more. You are getting more bang for your buck, literally, for this sucker. Because, first off, like, alright, are we really comparing firepower to a Locust?
I mean, his is a pretty decent Locust.
No, I have missiles. Thank you very much. This thing is cheap. It is cheap. It is reliable. It is reliable. And it is maneuverable. It is narrow, low profile. These are light mechs that are perfect for field scouts. They are perfect for crossing terrain and dealing in an urban environment. They have enough heat sinks to keep going, but you're not overpaying for any of that because, again, dirt cheap. So they can move from population centers and dealing with on launching their missiles and missile barrages in close quarters and as well as lasers if need be. And then they can do it, for dirt cheap again in whatever environment that you need them to move into. I'm just saying there are some tightly packed dirt mud farms there, thank you very much. There are a few city streets. We may need these suckers to move around, okay?
Yeah, the Hornet is too bad.
For saving him a couple of 100,000 C-bills?
Yeah, but the Hornet does not have bang for the buck. It doesn't bang at all, but you know what bangs? The jewel-encrusted last.
It's got bang. It's got S4s for launching in close quarters alongside that little tiny medium laser. There is also...
Yeah, I don't think I can, like...
And while it doesn't yet... Okay, so admittedly, the 152 actually might still have a small laser. But you know what? Who cares? Also, we're not yet at the point we have the anti-missile system or case or any of that. But that just makes these things walking bombs, which, in their own way, also makes them more interesting as suicidal shock troops.
Well,
he's getting shot for this.
Yeah, I think we have agreed, so I put it down there. Bam.
What?
Yeah. I put it. Oops. Ew.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem regarding the beer. You'll find out later why.
Yeah, they're brewing old boot leather.
Again, that's still going to be a problem. You'll find out later why. because you would deserve it because that thing is literally made of tissue paper.
Oh, the one that has the missiles?
Yes, the one that packed on missiles and didn't remember to bring armor.
Not gonna lie, I was gonna say the 1M Locust just because.
The HNT 152 can shoot through the Locust 1M. Let's be honest about this. It could kill.
If the pilot cuts the damn cheese, it'll blow up the head.
And the other thing is, you can pay for 2 of them. They're cheap. They are ridiculously cheap. Do you think El Jefe cares if his troops live? No,
No, but
he
I
cares
don't
if
think he
they're
has
able to get into
enough
something at
troops.
all.
He cares if the revolution overthrows him and he gets this jewel-encrusted last pistol shoved up his butt.
Yeah, but
Unlikely.
for the
Yeah.
record, the revolution is not going to take these suckers over and use them against him.
Yeah, the thing is, though, I think FFA want his troops to at least survive long enough. Like, I'm pretty sure his troops would go against him if they were in one of these.
You could take them then. I am saving El Jefe's life from his light mechs here.
Okay. It can't defend itself.
You know what? You know what?
Sorry.
I'm proud to have this award. I would like to thank the Academy.
Like,
Uh,
I think I'm like the only audience at this point.
really? He
I
picked a
mean-
Hornet?
I mean,
You could have brought a
No.
Hornet.
I feel like you could have been worse if you would chosen something like a flea, but even then, out of all the other options that I was given, that is the one that has the shot the most. Yes.
No engineers were involved in the designing of this thing. Oh no. Yeah. The ass.
You mean the Shadowhawk? Oh, yeah.
Alex.
Hmm.
Yep.
Dear goodness.
Hmm.
So,
I don't know about this one.
I may have also picked the assassin. So, I would like to take a moment and point out that the pilots will not have as big of a problem as you think, because typically they only get about half the amount of time actually in the cockpit because they're so uncomfortable. So it's not that they're like backbroken morph balls. It's that they are inexperienced backbroken morph balls once they actually get into this thing because they haven't had the training time.
Yeah, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Hello?
Also, I think something that is worth considering is how often can it kill all of the light mechs that we have brought?
Mm.
Could the assassin take the Locust 1v?
In a protracted fight, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I came in here a little bit
Yep.
ago. Sure. I have to sell my light mech.
You will, but like adding into that, can the assassin take a Hornet HNT 152? Oh yeah.
Mm.
So can it take it? Can it take an Irby?
I think for the assassin to take an Irby, it would have to use probably most or all of its LRM ammo, which will
The
take a
Irby
long
will
time.
flip itself around and fire the AC-10 in the thing's face. Game over.
Yeah, you can't get behind the urban mech without fear of the AC-10. And the AC-10, I think, is going to take that fight if it comes down to it.
True.
So then here is again as somebody that also chose the assassin 21 for the medium mech. What is the purpose of it? This sucker is ideal for hunting down scouts and recon. And that's how we sell it to El Jefe.
And we are dealing with militia. They don't
We're-
have a lot of.
We're
big-
not hunting urban mechs. We can't hunt an urban mech anyways, but we're not going to tell him that.
Ow.
But I feel like that would happen so far later in the game. You probably be safe at that point. Yeah. You be off planet. Hmm. Right, it is a logistic nightmare if when it get down to it, but only after a few engagements. You know,
Yeah.
I say y'all guys survive. As the audience, you survive.
I live this time.
Yeah, I think so.
So is that just like the rest of us voting? 'Cause I don't know. The assassin is a rough sell.
Again, if you're using it to hunt light mechs, if you are using it to perform recon and scout duties, this is not a frontline fighter. It is a better reconnaissance and better harasser than anything else. That's what you're selling this to El Jefe. Like I'm selling if I'm gonna sell the Hornet, the assassin is doing the scout job, not the Hornet.
Yeah, the fun part is if this is his only medium that he's going to buy, that there's a lot of other media that takes the place of a lot of other mediums that are far more combat effective, like a Griffin. Yep. Yep. Beep, beep, beep,
And that
beep.
does help with non-standard parts for the record.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that's also pretty rough. I don't think Hefe's gonna be a fan of that. But alright.
If they're in
assassin,
bulk, he doesn't
sure.
have to worry about it because he's got like a dozen more he can pull the parts off of. You know what you can't Frankenmech? An Irby.
I mean, I've seen like an Obi on a truck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. A slideshow? Where is that? Did you put that in the There we go. Okay, so my light mech is the Jenner. This thing is a little beast, it's a little ankle biter. Will tear our enemies limb from limb. It doesn't have arms, but that just means that it can't be flanked because it's got the arm flip. And it has SRMs, which factors into our X factor, the Inferno SRM ammo.
Ooh, buddy already busted out his X Factor.
You're gonna find that all of our mechs will be able to mount Inferno SRM ammo, which costs half as much as regular ammo. And it's gonna let us shut down the enemy. Now, my whole strategy for El Jefe is that we're going to have a fast action team, which will move quickly and take out the enemy ahead of time. We're not going to mention the fact that they all are notoriously high attrition mechs with low armor and terrible heat problems, which will cause the SRM ammo to blow up in them from the Inferno ammo. But
Yeah.
keep in mind, we have fast action, we have high damage. The Jenner is fast and high damage in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Alright, so we were talking about the Assassin beating light mechs. You know which one it can't beat? A Jenner. There's no way an Assassin can beat a Jenner. It's equally as fast. It has 2 more jump jets, sure, but it has 1/4 as much medium laser and half as much SRM. The Jenner is the light mech that defies light mech hunting.
Hmm.
Yeah, something like that. Well,
I mean that's the pilot's problem, though, right?
No kidding.
yeah, show me the light mech that is well armored.
He got a point though. And this thing can punch above its weight. Yeah.
Jenners do punch above their weight.
And for
I
that,
would
I think
also, but
it's a
for
bit
that
too
price
good.
tag, for that price tag though, you can buy nearly 3 Hornet 152s.
You have 3 trash cans.
Wannabe trash can.
But good question though.
Wannabe trash cans, indeed.
Why
Look,
would
it's
the
not going to be a
militia not
numbers
shoot
game
you
because
for this?
our mechs are superior. Elbonians deserve the best because we are the best. Yeah, what's the question?
Yeah, Live Lake. This thing is too good for its own good.
Like, it's both bad and good at the same time.
Wait, you're asking me why the rebellion wouldn't kill me?
Yes.
Yeah, I think.
Like,
Using Inferno
You
missiles.
mean we just hire PPCBS? They always report the best news that you pay them to report.
But remember, it's not supposed to be a credible news source by court order.
Nobody reads that.
True. Not like people in the periphery can read anyway.
So if you want me to explain why this, I do think the Jenner is probably too good, but the Inferno SRMs and there's a theme here. My list is themed. None of it.
What, war crimes?
Yeah, that too. If I'm talking to the resistance leader now, I'm gonna tell you right now, none of our mechs have any anti-infantry weapons, and they all have heat problems and Inferno SRM ammo, which is not a good combination. Just send infantry with flamethrowers. There will be nothing they can do about them, and they will explode on their own.
yeah, and
Also,
take out my infantry as well.
take out like a couple of them.
I'm sorry, I think the general just too
I don't want to be
good
the infantry guy that burns
Nobody
to
wants
death.
to be
I'm
the
sorry.
infantry.
Like, I'm sorry, but this
What
is
better way could you serve your country than by
it'd be like the exact same thing of if you picked like a firestarter.
it's
Like,
far from
it
the
will
exact same
fuck
thing
my
as that.
but it
There's
will
no
mess my
flamethrowers and no
infantry
machine
enough.
guns on this thing.
But it like yeah, I'm pretty sure
Okay,
those
it
are
has an
pretty
SRM4
decent
that kills like
against
3 guys.
It sucks to be those 3 guys, though.
like it's
Sorry, did the
flames.
resistance think they were gonna take this fight without anyone dying on their side?
No,
I mean,
which is
maybe they didn't
really
think they'd be
easy,
dying of
right?
like napalm.
You didn't think war crimes were gonna be a part of this? You need to wake the fuck up, alright?
Like I'm
This
saying
is
this thing will
Elbonian.
cause
This is the
like
periphery.
a lot more
Nobody here is gonna
damage.
fight by the rules, alright? Now those
Yeah, they can't even
SRMs,
read
those are gonna
Gary's
go up on them as
suggestions.
much as us.
Hmm? You kind of
Yeah.
cut out there. What'd you say? In between. Yeah. Oh wait, that's right. Infernos can only be SRM2.
No, they can be any.
Terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah, the problem
Oh.
is you can only take a maximum of 12 extra points of heat from the Inferno hits.
But the thing is, infantry in on itself does not take heat damage, but they will
Oh,
take
no, they
extra
burn.
damage from heat.
Yeah, they will burn. Yes.
So let's say
No. No. What? No.
Oh, no,
Absolutely not. Is that how
SOM
you
will
thought that worked?
hit a new person, though, right?
No. So you take
Yes.
the. Let me see if Infernos change it, but
But
so
at
normally
least-
an SRM4 would kill, I think, 2 infantry.
I think it's like machine guns. They do 2d6 points of damage to the infantry squad.
no, if I'm not mistaken, though, when it comes in infantry, let's say battle armor, for instance,
Okay, so
You
each
have-
Inferno missile that hits an infantry squad takes out 3. Not 3d6 or 4d6.
Ooh.
like that's a lot of men that is gonna be dying
Yep.
I
to
mean,
a light.
well,
this
a
would be
Locust
on
1V could take out 4d6 men with its machine guns instead of 12 men.
Mm,
These are regular Infernos we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. If I'm not mistaken, wait, I thought. Oh, like missile is like splash damage.
They don't splash, no. It's
No, they
just
don't.
that yeah, Infernos have a custom or their own rule against infantry, where each Inferno missile that hits the target does 3.
And I quote Sarna here, are devastating against conventional infantry platoons.
Yeah.
For that alone, yeah, despite the fact that they're going to have to fight Jenners, which are nasty to begin with, before you added the Inferno ammo.
No, it does 3 per missile. And remember, it takes a test to blow up on a 10 heat. On a Jenner.
But there's no guarantee on that blow up. Like,
I mean, if it wants to shoot, there is. They have not got a lot of heat resistance or heat capacity. Like, tell me when you run a Jenner and you keep it cool.
I mean,
true, but it can
10
go
single
in and
heat
it can
sinks.
potentially get out of range. And then come in again and then get out of range.
However, since it has no arms, if it falls from, say, the infantry, which we'll be able to do this to all of our mechs because none of them have arms,
Yeah.
or just say take out a leg actuator, then it's not getting back up.
I mean, it's going into heat shutdown if it fires everything anyways.
Okay.
Mm.
The resistance needs to understand that infantry are cheap as hell. And the blood of Elbonia will need to be shed to save us from LFA and put whoever is our benefactor in power, who I'm sure will be better.
Shed and cooked at 450 degrees.
Fahrenheit 451, the temperature at which Elbonians burn. Yeah.
Coming through.
Why is its
Power
laser
of
bank
2
so much larger
locusts.
than mine?
Handsome lad.
Yep, there it is. 1-800-97-Jenny. You won't just lose, you'll win. I picked the Whitworth. And you don't want to know why I picked the Whitworth? There you go. It's Whitworth is about 3 million C-bills. It seems to provide decent fire support in the form of twin LRM-10s. And then all of a sudden, the left leg falls off. It falls off. It falls off. And you see the picture right there, courtesy of Eldonius Rex again in the bad mechs list. Yeah, that is why it is a bad choice, because the damn left leg falls off. It's always the left one, too. Let me tell you.
Good question, though. Good question. Like, and I'm saying that as like the audience, like, would F Healthy know this about this mech?
Nope.
No. Okay. 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 So, but he not mech illiterate. He relying on you to be that. Yeah. Okay. Okay. He sees the big gun and he likes the big gun. And I say the report is definitely just, in my opinion, definitely has that look to it. It definitely looks nice.
Yep.
Ooh.
And the left leg
Dervish.
doesn't fall off of a dervish either.
Dervish is not better than a Whitworth.
The-
If you put a Dervish in your list, you're getting executed immediately. It is much worse.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it does.
it moves a 464. I mean, it's not that fast either.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Uh huh. Yeah, before the left leg
Yeah, but
falls off. To quit,
for
yeah,
the
to quote
record,
Ron White, it falls off.
it's cheaper, admittedly. It's cheaper than the Assassin. It's cheaper actually than a dervish by a fair amount of C-bills, by nearly 2 million C-bills.
Yep.
Dude, it's cheaper than the Trebuchet and the Dervish. I think the Whitworth is a really solid mech for this.
For
Honestly,
for a low
too
price,
good.
you're getting 2 LRM-10s and the medium lasers. Yeah, and yeah, its heat
And it
sinks
only
suck,
has
but
problems once he's getting a kicking fight with someone.
yeah.
It falls off, man.
Park it in woods and then stay there.
Yeah, like, and it does have that slight benefactor of it being LOM based. So once the supply lines start to weaken,
Yep. We're
yeah.
that can't help with the supplies either. New left leg the hip actuator. Woo!
Yeah, you barely lived with the bucket, but this you lives pretty nicely.
Let Alex pick.
So for me, I've got the PPCBS special, the Scorpion 1M. Now,
I have no idea what this mech is. I haven't heard of
His
it.
character drives one.
yeah, this
Now,
mech
let's
is
see here.
twice as good as any other because it has twice as many legs. And if El
Mm.
Jefe wants a big donger, look at that.
What
One
do you say?
big
It's a
donger and one big
scorpion?
ball sack right above it. And that ball sack, 6 SRMs this time.
Oh my
Ooh.
god. Yeah,
Kinky.
he's got himself a PPC right there.
This thing is almost as fast as the Jenner,
And it's
and
got
it has
10
much
heat
more
sinks.
long-range firepower. Yep.
Once again,
PPC and
courtesy of El.
SRM6 on 10 heat sinks.
You can fire the PPC once,
Once
and then
again,
you don't
we're
do
getting
anything.
a little toasty with the Inferno ammo, but we've got this quick little boy. He's got about 7 tons of armor, if I remember correctly.
Oh gosh.
I don't.
Once again, courtesy of Eldonius Rex.
So I don't think this thing even gets to the point where it can fire the Inferno missiles because that PPC is going to overheat it.
Mm-hmm.
They hit the button. Yeah, also known as the paint shaker. It's been known to be a shaky ride, but our pilots are highly skilled. We have superior Elbonian piloting. Yes. They can handle the vodka shaker, the thug shaker. They can handle the scorpion shaker. No, you're shaken, not stirred martini. You're like James Bond.
Yeah, yeah.
A Boomba.
A real
Yeah,
big
this is the
gun.
first medium mech offering with a real gun on it.
He's
Right.
LFA, the great Boomba of Elbonia.
Yeah.
It,
I like it.
it also has a completely useless swivel mount.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, and if the problem with
And
it,
its
it's a
legs, they
quad,
may
it only
only
can
have
fire.
10 points of armor on them, but it'll be fine.
Yeah, it can't torso twist either. It's a quad. It can only fire forward. It has one direction. It's forward.
Oh my
However,
god.
the enemies lie forward ahead of Elbonia,
Yeah.
where we will
And
blast
also
the shit out of
one,
them.
I feel like one side, at least for the militia, would be the fact that the pilot would have to learn a completely different system of moving. Mhm.
Like nausea.
Their bones have shaken into different locations.
Cooked nausea from the PPC blasts, because again, that is all of its heat sinks. This thing cannot move and fire the biggest gun it's got without overheating.
Oh, hello, Albert.
Welcome
Hello.
back.
Apologies for
Hey.
being late. It was
Oh yeah,
directory
you
day at
missed
the
the.
church. Yes, it is. Yes. Happy All Saints
Yep,
Day,
happy
everyone.
All Saints Day. That's why it was at church.
Happy Dia de los Muertos.
Hello.
See,
Well, I was voluntold to show up and help with the directory today, so I was there.
Oh my
Look
god.
at that. Look at
Does
that
he?
scorpion.
Does he live through this? Because I look at that and I see it move and I just think, God, that's a lot of really hot puke in that cockpit.
yeah,
But does El Jefe go in the cockpit? No.
Wait, when did he become buddies with Comstar?
Wait, he
That's
wasn't
who-
always
that's why he's a
Comstar?
traitor. That's why he's a traitor. He's actually a demi-percenter screwing up the works.
There we go. We've unraveled the whole scheme.
He- El Jefe's name is actually Blake.
Yep.
I don't.
Yeah.
This thing is crappy enough. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know.
You don't know? Look at the firepower. Look at
Yeah,
the
yeah.
speed.
Yeah, the firepower
fits
that
in
it
our
cannot
tactical
fire
doctrine.
from the 10 single heat sinks is the problem to me.
El Jefe doesn't think about that, though. Exactly.
You know, you gotta aim and then shoot.
A little bit of heat's not a big deal. It'll be fine. Just don't let it run into infantry flamethrowers that I can't do anything about. Just like our other mechs in this list. Tell El Jefe.
I do. All right.
I say he lives, just because this is a fun and interesting mech. Don't worry, I'll just have already get shot once at least.
Fair. That's fair. So it's the Spider 5V. And the
Nope.
reason
Nope.
is it's fast, it's mobile, but it doesn't have an ejection system, but it's easy to maintain.
You're getting live leaked right now.
No, hear me out. Hear me out. It's the light mech, but it's very underarmed. So you might say, oh, it'll be good defense. Well, it's actually meant to be kind of the I buy El Jefe off with one good mech. And since it's 2 medium lasers, it's fast, cool, but it doesn't have armor because it only has the jump jets, and it doesn't have an ejection system. So that means pilots should die. Like you break this thing, and you're stranded in a mech that's gonna blow up. Well, you're gonna blow up. You're just dead. Or that you get shot out of the sky. Well, you can't eject, so you're gonna end up in a crumpled pile of machine. Hopefully those seatbelts work. Hopefully that cockpit's strong enough.
Hopefully they don't realize you're still alive in that cockpit.
Or Phoenix Hawk could just walk up to the thing and shoot it.
The standard like original Spider, the one with 2 medium lasers in the chest. It's 30 tons.
Mm.
The one that can jump kick its way across an entire field if it needs to.
If it needs to, yes. But because it's so light and because it's functionally underarmed and it's gonna die, but it looks good, and it's on the more expensive for light mech because of the jump jets and whatnot, but it's not super expensive. So it buys me time with El Jefe, but it's also not a great frontline mech, but it's mobile.
Hey, hang on. Did you just say this thing is gonna die? How many
Yeah, no,
spiders have you fought?
You should have picked the Spider with 2 machine guns instead of medium lasers.
That wasn't on the list. First of all, this was the only Spider on the list, and the second one is, and the second thing is, you need to realize how I'm planning on training these pilots. Right, I'm not training them to be Spider pilots as you or I would want them to be. No. They're going to use the Spider like a flying hunchback.
I don't even know what that would look like.
Stupid.
Yeah, so the goal isn't going to be to teach them to scout around. No. You're going to be a fast, light brawler. You're going to jump in, punch people, use the lasers, and then jump out. But because you're going to end up in people's faces, odds are you're going to die, especially with periphery level training.
Yeah,
yes, and
I don't think it'll be hard to sell this Spider to El Jefe, but for the Resistance,
an AC-20
killing
anywhere
the
on a
pilots
Spider
isn't even a good thing, because the pilots probably have terrible morale, and when they eject and get captured, they just join.
They
they're
don't
just
eject.
gonna die.
So they die, which means that El Jefe's loyal soldiers are dead, meaning there's less people to resist against the Resistance. I assume so. Elbonia has no traitors other than myself, obviously. So therefore,
hang on.
And who are the Resistance?
What am I, like, one of the best light mechs, and you consider yourself a traitor? Like, no, this sucker, like, what drops a Spider properly?
Yeah, that's.
Again, you guys are looking at the mech outside of the rest of the system. Once I finish building out the rest of this,
They did that to me too.
I know. They'll probably come to the end of it and
they
be like,
shot me over my Hornet pick. Okay, so I don't want to hear
blame
it.
them for that.
Hornets are okay.
See, that man just said it. I want that on a plaque.
And he was a traitor.
Yeah, and we tell them that because it's fast, because it's agile, what you're gonna do is you're gonna go in, you're gonna tackle people, we're gonna teach them all the mech foo. And so they're gonna be overconfident. They're gonna charge in there thinking that they can do it.
What you don't understand is the Spider with mech foo is terrifying.
Yeah.
Have you never seen one of these suckers DFA a heavy mech?
But the thing is, we're going to teach them mech foo.
Last time I did that, my Spider blew up.
Yeah,
all it's going to take is for one of these pilots figuring out, hey, I should jump behind it instead of in front of it.
Well, this is why we don't teach them to read.
This is the periphery. They don't know how to read
That was
anyway.
assumed.
Yeah, this is the periphery, guys, right? Ideally, we're going... Exactly, right? So,
Reading is not an option. Yep.
so yes, there may be a spider pilot or two that manages to creep through the cracks of our doctrine and training on these mechs. But those will hopefully be the vast exceptions rather than the rules, because let's face it, these elite spider forces are mostly going to be there for parade and showing off that El Jefe's military is actually competent, and not actually being competent.
Well, I don't think we can use as an excuse, like, we'll just have terrible pilots, because A, both sides are going to have that. B, I think it's assumed, and C, like, any mech is bad if the pilot can't read and can't actually control the damn thing.
Well, there's a difference
Yeah.
between pilots who can't read being taught how to fight in their mechs, and pilots who can't read being taught to do showy, like, mech backflip, like, karate chops, and not actually how to fire the lasers, or actually fight other mechs. Like, if you're doing all your time at the parade field, mostly, because that's what these are for, and if you die...
Are
It's not vastly underarmed.
No,
Either,
it's-
Lucas.
No,
It
it's
has
about
two medium
equal.
lasers instead of one.
it's got 2 medium lasers, and also, have you ever seen a spider death from above something?
Not successfully.
I have
I've
seen
did
it do it successfully. I've seen it do it more than once successfully.
I
I
feel
did
like
it
the
once and my
might be
spider
one of those
blew
can
up.
do
I mean-
something. El Jefe?
That's who our guys are.
Ooh.
They're stupid.
They're
You've gone
gonna be
over this
doing
multiple
that.
times.
Like, they're going to jump on people.
You say desperate and stupid. I say this is the periphery, sir.
Like,
Great. So they're fighting Occupy Elbonia.
For flossing in their assassin on camera.
Mhm.
Or
And
with just
when they
one crude comment.
Eh.
Just one crude comment. Like that girl. Just one crude comment and
Oh,
boom,
yeah.
famous.
Oh, yeah, and the other thing to note, because there's no ejection system. Exactly, and because there's no ejection system, if they fuck up even once, they're probably dead. So that means only the good and the lucky will actually live long enough to actually do something important. Because if you get lucky once, cool, but if you get unlucky once, you're dead. You can't go find another mech because you're dead, because you
They
can't
can eject, but it also won't ammo explode.
Yeah, I'm
If-
even more terrified of this than the Jenner.
If I could
Mm.
get one that could explode, I would have done it, but I couldn't.
I mean, yeah, but this is the one we're working with, and I'm thinking it's alive leaking.
yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't need the lasers. That's the thing. What does a spider do? Does it shoot things? No. Shooting things is a trap. Jump behind it and then kick it in the butt.
That's how I use a spider. I say El
I would
Jefe
vote
keeps
live
him
leak.
alive.
I
Live
think-
leak, though. Yeah.
Yeah, El
Probably.
Jefe's probably not going to kill him over this, but I think the resistance is going to be like, why did you do that to us?
Yeah. Yeah. I live leaked.
Oh no!
Oh.
Just wait till the end of it. You'll see that this is the linchpin to the entire thing.
Yeah, we
Yep.
said that about my Hornet too.
I feel like we will evaluate everything at the end, and then we'll get like a final evaluation score.
The Clint 2 TAC 3T.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Which why did I put this here? Well, because it is the perfect complement to the spider, right? The spider's going to go off and do whatever it needs to, and the Clint is now going to be bankrupting Elbonia with its non-standard parts, and it's difficult to maintain. It's going to fall apart, and it's functionally equally armored and about as well armed as the spider. So the two of these, because they are comparatively cheap to the rest of the mechs and comparatively capable to the rest of the mechs in my list, they're going to be the entire front line. Just spiders and Clints. Yeah, which should be the standard one, unless I've done it wrong. Yeah,
So
let's see here.
so it's
One
got an
autocannon.
AC5.
2 medium lasers.
2 medium lasers on 10 single heat sinks.
I mean,
Yeah.
still not bad.
I've always maintained.
Like, it.
If you could sell an assassin to El Jefe, the
Yeah,
Clint
you
is
can
a
sell this
no-brainer.
thing. Yeah.
And I don't
Yeah.
think you should have gotten away with the assassin. I'm putting that on the record.
Does the
This is true.
Does this sucker? Yeah, it's got jump jets, right? The Clint does.
Yep.
I don't think so.
I thought
I
it
don't
did.
think the base one does.
Pretty sure they all do.
With the
Yeah,
top speed,
696 on the jump jet on the Clint.
yeah, a jumping capability of 180 meters on the 2-3T.
Yep.
Yeah, so this sucker is
Safety
actually
would
pretty highly
definitely
mobile.
take it.
Oops.
Yeah, I know. But it before medium and not a frontline unit.
If it jumps and shoots everything, then the heat goes up by 3, which is not enough to cause problems in the first turn.
So 15 damage at maximum.
Yeah, whoop-de doodle.
Yeah,
Scratch
no.
your
Everything
dead
hit.
tail.
I mean, it does have
But it has that
slightly
big
more
gun.
armament than a spider, but admittedly, it's 5 damage more than the spider from shooting. And it's going to do a little bit more
Possibly.
melee damage, just a higher weight.
Take it.
Yeah, I can
Personally, I've always thought that the Clint was good for standing on top of a level 3 hill and yelling, "I am the Clint Commander," about 0.4 seconds before taking a PPC hit.
And the other thing is, if you look at the quirks, it has I believe it has difficult to maintain and non-standard parts. So
yeah.
if I can sell them, all the money that I saved with the spider being easy to maintain is going to get consumed by the maintenance hog that is the Clint.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. Whereas I think the spider would definitely get him live leaked, I think the Clint would not. I think El Jefe would probably be like, "Hey, big
Seriously,
gun
he
on
lives.
this," and yeah, I don't think the resistance is going to say anything about the Clint. I think it's too dull of a mech.
Yeah. It works.
It's mobile, so I'm not going to be like, oh, it's I'm not going to compare it to like the Shadowhawk because of how mobile it is. Because it's way more mobile. But it is a slightly less mobile, slightly more powerful, but filling out your medium slot spider, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But together from like a spider, yeah, no, it works.
I would have said El Jefe would blast your brains out, but we okayed an assassin, and I cannot say that if that happened.
Yep.
And I think the
No.
resistance would have no problems with this.
You're good.
It's not like it's actually good. It's just okay.
I mean, if you wanted to bring up a reason why the assassin would be a better choice, it does have missiles.
It doesn't have improved targeting. It's actually really nice.
No. But
Is it? I think it's on all of them.
Mm.
It says all ranged attacks at that range receive a -1.
He lives though. Beat it not too
Yeah.
bad,
I'd
not
give
too
a gold
good.
star to this one, though.
I think he lives.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ordered this. Nope, I haven't ordered this one either. Yes, I love that thing.
Yep.
Oh. Bombardil. Oh, oof. 65.
A single machine gun.
Yeah, the one machine gun. Can
Yeah,
you buy them
that's
in
gotta be
bulk
a-
if there's no bulk
That's
to
actually
be
gonna be a
bought?
huge problem. There's 800 of them left, spread across 600 light years of space. and thousands of worlds. The logistical nightmare of just getting him to Elbonia alone. Oh, jeez.
Well, he's
Also,
got to know. How much does he know? Because there's no way
He's gonna
you
be
can
pissed off when
supply
his mechs
this.
are
And once
not
you
gonna
don't
show
come up
up.
with the number of bombardiers that he ordered, he's gonna take your ass out back.
Yeah, I feel
Well,
like he will have a problem with not being able to get enough of these guys.
also, I have to ask. So, how cheap are
about
you
shipping
getting
and
them for?
handling?
The base model's cost originally was nearly 14 million C-bills. Now you've dropped the engine to a shittier model, so it's going at about 3/4 of its normal speed. You've got no case anymore, so this ammo is completely unprotected. And then you don't have the AMS anymore. You've got a machine gun. So how much does this thing cost? Jeez, that cut down on that cost.
And that's how you're gonna sell it, right? It's the Ultra, but a lot less.
Yeah, but what about the shipping and handling for Masterkazi?
Yeah,
I mean,
that's kind of my thought. Yeah, but you need to worry about it because if you promise El Jefe we'll have 7 lances and you can only come up with 1.5 before he gets fed up and executes you, you're dead.
Also, the hilarity of LRM-20s on something with 10 single heat sinks.
I mean, that's an archer too.
yeah.
I didn't say that wasn't funny either, but oof.
Well, it costs about 1 million less than an archer, and the archer is ubiquitous and way better in every respect. So, surely El Jefe's read Mech Weekly and seen that archers are for sale at the used mech lot from Discount Dan's, and Discount Dan hasn't seen a bombardier in fucking 23 years, and he doesn't want to. Does El Jefe not know that? Has he not heard of the archer? He's not heard of Jamie Wolf?
And that
Jamie Wolf made the archer the fucking mech of the mercenary. The
Yep.
But what
So
could be better for a kleptocracy than that?
it's a rarer, smaller because it does weigh 5 tons less than the archer. Less armed archer,
but I feel like,
but it's harder to find.
but then again, you could make that as a point of it's so good you can barely find them.
It has a bad reputation, though. He would know about that, right?
Uh, uh,
Is it all versions of the Bombardier that have the bad reputation?
I think so.
Okay.
Because I don't think, even though it's not exactly inherent to the chassis, I don't think you can remove the mech quirks
yeah.
ever.
Nope.
So
That doesn't fill me with confidence.
Yeah, I don't know about this one, guys.
I'm very much on the defense of just because they all weigh, and that is a hard standing point when you need a unit put
Yeah, by the time they
together
get there,
quickly.
from the bottom of Mark's space or wherever the hell they are, it's already outwars the Alliance for that matter. By the time they get to Elbonia, the barbarians will be at the gate.
Yeah, and that like
down.
one, and that at least from all the other ones, we can at least get it reasonably fast. This one,
Yeah.
we're like, yeah,
You should know about that.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, think of it this way.
Yeah,
You're
think of it
now...
like this. Think about it like El Jefe has kickstarted the Bombardier pack. How many times? Because they can't source them.
You're now the
How would he
CPL
feel about
Kickstarter,
that?
okay?
There's this shipping
You should
jump
be able to
ship
tell us
stuck
how that would feel.
sideways in the Nadir jump point on the way to Elbonia.
Oh,
Look, one tanker ship somewhere in Steiner space got turned sideways in like the Nile, and suddenly like we're like
Nadir
2 years behind getting anything, and you still can't get your House Kurita book. As a result of this, nobody's getting a Bombardier, okay?
Yep. Yeah. It's got just stuck sideways in the Nadir point of Sudan on its way to Elbonia.
Like, I think the mech does exactly what it should do for an Elbonian experiment. However, I think the fact that there's not enough of them means that it will buy you enough time for El Jefe to realize, oh wait, I can't get enough of them for my grand plans, and then you're going to get executed. So
yep,
you'll live longer, but you'll still be dead. I don't think you'll make it until the and yeah, I still don't think you're going to live long enough for your rebellious friends to save you.
Blam.
Yes. Like, I mean, I like it. I do love the idea. I would not mind trying to play this on the tabletop. Just,
Do we have to have a match after this where we each take our lists and see how they perform?
That would be hilarious.
Do you honestly think we own half of these mechs?
I own resin. I can solve this problem.
And when we get to the vehicles, this will be an even bigger problem.
Resin
3D printer, go Bert.
I mean, to be fair, half of them mechs they aren't even making new models of yet, so.
You wouldn't download a mech, would you?
Yes, I would.
I will only download hundreds of them.
I have already downloaded hundreds, and I will download hundreds more.
I may or may not owe certain people money for 3D printing.
Alright, so now we've got another classic heavy, quote unquote.
Quick Draw McGraw.
Oh my god.
The Q. Yeah, it's decent at everything, but really not good at anything in particular. Overheats a lot. It also has a nasty trait of exposed actuators, so that'll take an arrow forward to the knee on a regular basis. And it's kind of expensive, but they're very common.
Well, supplying them shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And admittedly, like, alright, granted, while it still has, you know, a lot of heat problems, it does still have more heat sinks than everything else we've seen up to this point.
Which version of this? The 4H or the 4G?
The 4G.
All right.
Yeah, the standard. So 13 single heat sinks. Up to this point, everything else has been 10. So
Yeah, we're getting to the heavy range though. That's to be expected.
yeah, so
Yeah,
like
and the first heavy mech had 10 heat sinks.
yeah, exactly. The bombardier
Yeah.
and the archer
Yeah.
only have 10. Yeah, so
They overheat a lot.
yeah. So yes, the quick draw has like the 4 lasers and the SRM and the LRM-10, and it can't fire all of it without overheating itself. But it also, I mean,
It
what
isn't
does
meant
this
to
mech
fire all of
do?
it.
Yeah, what does
It's
this
kind
mech
of like
do
the heavy
great?
version of the
Nothing.
Clint, honestly, if you think about it.
I mean, this is basically a Whitworth with 1 extra
Yep.
medium laser, and its leg doesn't fall off.
Yep.
I guess that's half as many LRM-10s for more
Mm.
speed. 1 more medium laser and SRM-4, and the leg doesn't fall off.
I believe. Yep. 585.
Yep.
Huh.
585, it's got the awkward rear-mounted mediums, but it can also hyperextend its actuators to fire all 4 of its medium lasers backwards.
Why it has butt lasers, I have no idea.
And then it overheats. Look, I'm not gonna lie. I think this is a great choice for this because you can say like, all right, look, it's got LRMs. It's got a bunch of lasers going in weird directions that it won't all need to fire at the same time. It's got more heat sinks. It's got jump jets. It can move around. It's maneuverable. It's not so incredibly overpowered or incredibly awesome that the resistance is going to shoot you.
Yeah, I'd say it's solid. I don't know, El Jefe might have an issue with the fact that his heavy mech doesn't have a big gun on it.
But it does
But-
have the LRM-10.
Yeah, LRM-10. That's the same size as the Whitworth LRMs, though.
I think it comes down to how you sell it to him, right?
No, James brought the Whitworth. Other guy brought mech with 2 LRM-20. I shot him. Why this one better?
Because this one, LRM-10 and 4 medium lasers. It's an LRM-10 and it's got an overheating AC-20 that
No,
can
see-
only be fired in different directions.
See, I think this is actually a good pick because you can say, look, this is a mech that we can use anywhere. It can be kind of the bulk of the mechs, right? Because it's a big heavy mech. It's universal. The mediums, they're okay, and light mechs are more of like scouty mechs. You're not scouting with an urban mech, but we will ignore this. And so we need something to draw the fire, and the Whitworth isn't going to do it. It's not big enough. It's not heavy enough. So I think this is a good mech because it does do technically everything, and it can fill any role, and it's big punchy robot. I mean, look at it.
It's
mean,
got
yeah, 60 tons.
jump jet, something to get in and
Also-
out.
Also, think about it. Compare it in an urban environment. This is going to be okay, especially because anything coming up on it, it's got the 2 rear-mounted lasers. In an open field, it still can torso twist and fire off its lasers, do whatever it needs to. The weird, depending on you've got your terrain types that it's going to be fine with. I don't think it's a bad choice. I don't think Hefe is going to kill you. I also don't think it's so overpowered that the resistance is going to kill you.
That was the point.
Yeah. No, I think it comes down to how you end up selling it to El Jefe. Because if you're just like, yeah, it's just bigger Whitworth, he might just be like, no.
No.
And then
We
get rid
already
of you.
have Whitworth.
Never
Exactly.
sell anything as the bigger Whitworth, okay?
Exactly. So I think it'll come down to how you sell it, but I think if we're just evaluating the unit, I think it's gonna work.
I mean, I think
Yep.
that if you're trying to build a force that will do anything on a budget, the quick draw is like actually a really good choice. And
Yeah.
the only problem would be trying to get El Jefe to buy it, but I guess he can.
I
can
mean,
understand the
it's a little
value
bit on the
bit.
expensive side, but everything else on the cheap side, so you know.
But we can save money that we're not spending because we're buying urban mechs if we look at the rest of his list. Because urban mechs, we
No,
end
that's
up having
brain
quick
mech.
draw. Yeah. Yeah. That,
Yep.
I still say my Hornets are cheaper than urban mechs. All right. So I'm gonna go with something that I'm actually also once again, whereas I picked the assassin and that was the choice of someone else as well. I have also picked a heavy mech that is also the choice of someone else as well.
Yep, we're gonna be championing the champion together.
Yep, CHP2N specifically. So get rid of all that crazy lost tech you don't have to worry about. This sucker is called Champion for a reason. It's got an autocannon 10. It's got multiple lasers. You've got SRM. So you got a mixture of weapon systems that you can pull on. So it gives you options in combat. It doesn't have jump jets, but considering the size of it, it's pretty fast moving. It can go in and hit enemies quickly and get out of the way. And because it's been refit to remove all of that lost tech, this sucker only costs just over 5 million C-bills. It is dirt cheap. The champion is the choice, dirt cheap choice that we can get, and it's going to work in pretty much every environment we need it to.
Don't forget, it's also got ablative vestigial arms
Hell yes.
to take those hits. You see those big wing things? They don't
See-
do anything.
see,
Ignore them.
But look at that. We are getting into premier mech design at this point where everything looks like it's an airplane.
Yes, it has the fuselage, which is honestly superior. It only
It
has
does
slight
look
heat issues. It still can't
interesting.
stand up on its own because it has no arms, which none
True.
of my mechs do, remember. But also, it does have an AC-10, which is a big boom. It go big boom and it go fast. And when people are watching the light mechs that just whizzed by, and the Scorpion in my case, that's when the champion hits them. It's the
So it's like an
second wave
Irby,
of
but
the
it weighs
assault.
twice as much.
Which means
It's
it can
also
kick
more
twice
than
as
twice as
hard.
fast.
True. And we've got way more lasers than an urban mech.
And the SRM-6.
That on Phonos.
Yeah.
Well,
Possibly
in
with
his case, Infernos.
And we're back to 10 heat sinks. So the Archer, the Warhammer, and the Marauder over there. The champion.
It is worth noting we are also at the same speed as the quick draw for running in this sucker. Same weight,
Yep.
same speed. We don't have the jump jets,
And the
but
same
we
armor.
are cheaper.
Because that's a good thing.
Yep, same armor, and we are cheaper.
But in some ways, you actually have more armor because your arms don't have anything in it. So if you
Yeah, the
have it with
ablative
the
arm
arms,
is perfect.
See, we can turn to the side and use that for shielding.
and build shield.
There's a reason they call it armor.
Wow.
Well, we're using
I mean,
the
that's
intro
fancy
tech one.
stuff.
Yeah, but that's still an autocannon 10, and you're still seeing an SRM 6, and you're still seeing 2 medium lasers and 2 small lasers. So this sucker's got a variety of ranges that it can go up against. If it's point blank, if it's a ways away, it still has options.
Yeah, those will hurt close up.
There's nothing wrong with it.
It's a champion.
It's the champion.
As you can see from Elbrex's picture.
Yeah, and
Yep.
the militia would not kill them either. Like, they might find the champion a little annoying, but they won't kill them.
The rifleman.
The rifleman.
Yep.
Which kind? Which one?
The original rifleman. The what is it? The R3.
The 3N.
3N.
Yeah, the 3N. The RFL 3N. The original rifleman.
Mhm.
I hopefully don't need to explain why this is a terrible mech.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's got 2 large lasers, it's got 2 autocannon 5s, 2 medium cannon lasers, 10 heat sinks.
Does the militia have planes?
Oh, well, see that.
The militia has a single crop duster, okay?
Yeah.
Therefore, the
Well,
rifle.
not for long. They're not gonna have
Oh, just wait till we get to my next
Crop
thing.
duster.
The
As it-
crop
as it-
dusters are going to die.
As it
Oh.
overheats after taking down one crop
Yes.
duster.
Wait, I still have ammo.
The other thing to note is it has improved communication. So I'm going to use this as my command mech as well because it's got that improved communication suite. So this is my command mech as well. So
Neat.
while it's running
Neat.
around trying to shoot things down, cooking itself, they're also going to be in charge of the swarm of light mobile mechs that are
You have-
completely running away from them.
You have given Elbonia communications with your command mech as well as anti-air capabilities against an enemy that may not have any air.
Yes.
I applaud you, sir.
Yeah.
Yes. Don't worry. Don't worry, it gets worse.
Yeah. I found. That's where 9 out of 10 of our choices have had Eldonius Rex bad mech pictures so far. Wait, I still have ammo.
I think if he's ever heard of the horror story of the rifleman, then he might be a little on edge about this. But if not,
Well, see, that's the other thing. They're ubiquitous, so they're easy to find and easy to find parts for.
Ooh.
Yeah, and guess what? They probably don't want them, so
That's the thing is, on paper, besides the heat sinks, what makes a rifleman bad?
well, armor, the speed,
Let's say
heat
we can
sinks.
give.
I mean, I would
Yeah,
like to
there
point
would
out
be-
that the speed on this thing is still the same as the champion and the quick draw.
No, it's less.
But also, it's a heavy mech, so.
Yeah, but it's the same weight. It's the 60 10
Yeah.
who's not 5'8".
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 65 tons.
I contemplated doing the Jaeger mech, but it didn't seem it seemed to be slightly better while being equally bad, so I went with the rifleman instead. Well, I assume that we have water. We are dirt farmers after all. We need dirt. We need water to water the dirt to grow more dirt. So
Interesting. For some reason, Sarna lists this as having the same top speed as both the quick draw and the champion.
Is that the rifleman 2N? No,
No, that's
also
the
top speed.
that's the rifle 3N. 64 kilometers per hour is what it lists, which is the same as the other guys.
The other ones should say what, like 84 or something?
No, they both
81,
say
81. That's it.
I think they say 64 as well for their top speed.
Well, that's the mistake then. It says on the champion on Sarna, it's 86.4.
Yep, 3N rifleman.
Okay, yeah. Oof.
And since it's supposed to
Because
command
you're
things
not
that are
fast enough to
6'9",
get there on your own.
exactly. No, it does. It has large lasers. It doesn't have AC2s. Exactly. It's got 2 large lasers, 2 AC5s, and 2 medium lasers.
Well,
If I remember correctly, the
just
medium lasers
standing
are
there.
pointed backwards.
No,
It's
they're not.
just standing there, so it's not moving. So you can fire a little bit more before it overheats
Yeah.
because it's
You
looking
can
for
fire one
crop
large laser,
dusters. It's
and
looking for
you can
crop
shoot down the
dusters.
crop duster.
Yeah. We're shooting down crop dusters here. It's also well. See, the other thing is it has a spotlight, so this is a fully night capable mech. It has an integrated spotlight.
That's true.
Wow, it has a flashlight. Hell yeah.
Look! If the spotlight blinds the target, they can't shoot back. We will not think about what happens if there's another target, not in the spotlight.
That's right. Che Guevara's crop duster is not taking El Jefe out tonight.
Exactly.
Well, the Rifleman definitely is available, and it has a history of it sometimes did an okay job. So I think it's sellable to El Jefe.
Yeah.
That's towing the line though, pretty hard.
It's nice. It's a nice looking mech. It is. It looks like a mech.
Yeah, it is in fact a mech, and it's a big mech. They're also, I think it also might be the cheapest mech on the list, as Sarna listed at 4.8 million C-bills.
Yep, it probably is. So I would.
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean, I
pretty
think
sure that's
amongst
the
our heavy mechs,
cheapest
yeah,
heavy
that's been the
for
cheapest.
sure. It's probably one of the cheapest heavy mechs out there.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, there are better options, but we're cutting a little bit of corners here to try and get some more numbers.
All right, I can vote gold star on this.
Yeah, I'll vote gold.
Yeah, they're just like a
Welcome.
rifleman. Yeah, it's stupid, but it works.
Welcome to Elbonia.
Yeah.
You mean assault mech?
Oh shit. I'm back. What happened?
I am back.
All right, I'm back. The missus has started a puzzle. She's gonna kill me once we're done for taking so long. So, good times.
Lovely.
Yeah,
We're leading a
I ended up
revolution over here. It's important.
I actually did have like union stuff that I ended up doing today that I didn't realize I was gonna quite be doing today for my schedule, so that ended up taking a lot longer than I thought. So yeah, it's been a busier day than I realized it would be.
Yeah, that happens. Oh, it's a good question. What would you guys say if like a medium would be a hunchback full P? Yeah,
The disco ball.
yeah. If I would have put down something like that for my medium.
For this,
I
I
think
don't
you
think
end
the
up.
resistance would enjoy dealing with it.
Yeah, I think you're gonna get
No.
leg
Things are a
leaked.
fucking pain in the ass.
Which is not true. It's just one of those they had to deal with. Yeah, it's something that is just. But my thought process was yes, it's a decent mech, and it's a mech that if you know how to deal with it, aka you shoot that boombox, what is it gonna do?
Well, see, my biggest issue with it is you have a hunchback chassis, right? So sure, you
Mhm.
may buy them as disco ball. However, when the invasion happens, they are not going to stay as disco balls. They're going to turn into insert whatever swayback abomination, the pilot that some reason is still alive. Exactly. So El Jefe would be like, "Yes, give me the disco ball robot," and our allies that are coming to remove El Jefe are going to look at you and just be like,
What the fuck?
Why? No, no. We're going to shoot you right now before this gets off the ground.
What did you say about my mother?
I think he said, "Welcome back."
I know, and every one of them will be true.
Is it what I think it is?
Yep. Hold on.
Oh,
Oh.
the freaking show. Mm.
This is a caveman mech. This is one of the first mechs ever.
Ugh, grug, ugh.
Yeah. The fun part is canonically, there is a mecha. There is a banshee out there that has a clown jester face like painted on its head, with a hat and everything.
Does it have a
So-
club?
Uh-huh. Yep. Or
It-
6.
4/6.
Who does?
It can actually fire its PPC every round.
It can fire its PPC and more things that it doesn't have every round.
Yep.
Mhm.
My
It can fire the
question-
PPC and that small laser every round.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, it's got the hands, and it's got the higher movement speed that you've already mentioned than a normal assault mech. So I don't know if
But
infantry
it
swarms
does
are that
not
much of a
have
threat
the
to it.
damage.
It can spend all that higher speed running away from the infantry.
The other thing is, I thought you said this was cheap. This is... But look how much more it costs than the other offerings.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
still
that's
an
true.
assault mech.
For 100,000, not even a million more C-bills, you can get an Atlas.
I would like to take a moment and just point out that an awesome costs 3 million less C-bills.
That's even funnier.
I mean, that's for when you're selling it. I mean, the fists of the
Yeah.
Banshee are terrifying, to be sure. Yeah. I don't know. The price tag on this is kind of crazy. 100,000 C-bills less than an Atlas. I do have to go though, but if I can give a really quick sales pitch on the Stalker before I leave, it has a combat computer which cools it down more than any other mech can by 4. It still only overheats by 22 when an alpha strikes. Don't worry about that, LFA. And also put Infernos in that thing. But anyways, yeah. Unfortunately, I do gotta go. But please don't kill me. I think the Banshee costs too much. That's why.
I mean, I don't think the resistance is going to shoot you for it.
Yeah, I think that.
Yeah.
I think if you can sell it, you'll be fine. But I don't think you can sell it because someone's gonna sit there and go, "But for like $1 more, we can buy an Atlas. And look at the Atlas; it has a skull for a head." And El Jefe's gonna be like, "Yeah, skull face mech, good." And shoot,
Yeah, the price point does make it just like you can get either more for less or more for a little bit more.
Because that's all you're going to do to it with all that lack of firepower.
But then the Atlas would just simply kick Yoshins in.
I mean, that's that. To be totally honest, yeah. If we're talking about it going up against an Atlas, okay, it's got the PPC, and it's going up against an AC-20 and an LRM-20 at the same time. And then when it gets close enough to fire its small laser, it's then got 4 medium lasers and an SRM-6 hitting it.
And the
But you can't.
AC-20.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't outmaneuver an Atlas either to get behind it.
Mm-hmm.
After you take what, 3 AC-2s?
It could be worse. It could be an urban mech.
Wow.
Okay, you sold me on that. You sold me on that one.
Yeah, I think it just costs too much. Like, it has
Yeah.
bad reputation, but so does Elbonia in the inner sphere. So those two things are going to cancel each other out, right? And at which point, why not just buy an Atlas? Well, have you?
The Soviet
I know
Union
it-
invading Nazi Germany?
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, Space Wizards versus Comstar. I know that hasn't happened yet, but your kids will love it.
It kind of happened. I mean, I guess so.
Should have bought a Thug. Thug life, baby.
Yeah.
If the mercs or the pirates don't have access to a Thug, I don't know what universe we're living in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they got the downgraded version. Nice. Oh, it comes with single heat sinks instead of doubles, and uses SRM4s.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. But again, Thug life.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that's the thing is the Thug is still as fast as the Banshee.
And it has better range firepower too.
Even the downgraded version is like, all right, you got a small laser. I still have SRM4s.
Mm.
Isn't Banshee like 9 mil, give or take?
16. It's about 9.5, and it's 16 singles. 16 single heat sinks versus the Thug 10E has 18 single heat sinks.
True. So I don't really want it as much. So, bulk price, I would say Banshee wins.
Yeah, I don't think the rebels have a problem with it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure you're gonna be able to get them for the price that you think you're going to, and I think
Hmm.
It's true. They just gotta unsell it.
yeah,
You
but they're
gotta
also going to
unsell it.
look at it and be like, "Oh, it cost us this much. Let's try and recoup our cost on these periphery people who don't know any better."
Hmm.
Are we players in this game? We're the players in this game, right? That's where your bad reputation falls apart. Although when purchasing some players in a game should pay full price.
Wait, so you're telling El Jefe that his mechs are going to be used mechs. El Jefe is going to have to accept the leftover mechs from other greater powers.
I mean, he's periphery. Of course, he's gonna accept it. That's
But this
the
is El
deal with
Jefe.
being
El Jefe
periphery.
must have the best of the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's gonna be like, why aren't there bees in the cockpit? See, but if we're buying this from Steiner, we want things like ZBs in the cockpit. Because that's what Steiner does. Dumb stuff.
The bees. What is that supposed to be?
There's the
Video
Steiner
by
Scout
text.
Squad. Yeah.
The Steiner Scout Squad, and Friedrich has bees in his cockpit for no good reason.
Bees!
I have seen about this abyss. The abyss. In my cockpit. Heck.
I don't know. I don't know if you're pulling this one past El Jefe.
Yeah, I'm. Well, let's look at your list. Let's look at your vote, your record so far. You've been shot once. I think you're getting shot again. That's my vote. You're getting shot again.
I didn't see that coming.
Dang. That got brutally real for a minute there.
As the you have a point for being alive on my end.
So audience gives you a star. The rest of us give you the gun.
Yeah, I
is
think
that
that's
the
it.
consensus?
Yeah.
Hey,
A Goliath.
you know what I love about this?
Precisely.
You know what I
What?
love about this the most is that I also brought a Goliath. And it's the same model. Three
It's
of my
actually-
4 mechs ended up being something that somebody else picked.
Well, first of all, the thing is halfway decent, heavily armored. I mean, it's got 4 legs worth of armor, so it's pretty damn solid. But that, of course, means that it doesn't have the critical slots to carry that much weaponry, period, on it. So you're stuck with a PPC, 2 LRM-10, and a couple of machine guns. Well, as well as all the other wonderful exigencies of having to learn how to pilot a quad, first of all, and having to maintain the thing. Oh boy! I mean, it doesn't say.
Yeah, I think Goliath. It also, in my opinion, looks pretty intimidating. Like, look at that
Uh-huh.
gun on the back of that thing.
They'll see. El Jefe will see this big stompy thing and go and see the PPCBS fire off and be like, "Yes, yes, more."
Yeah, I
Okay.
think.
You don't.
Yeah,
It is
unlike the
cheaper than a
Bombardier,
Banshee.
yeah, you don't. And unlike the Bombardier, you don't have to buy that many of them because this is like your assault mech. So there are not going to be that many of them to begin with.
Mm.
I don't think it's quite as rare as a Bombardier, but Goliaths are not a popular choice. And we're not seeing.
Admittedly, it also has things like multi-track, so your LRMs are capable of going after multiple targets easier. We're looking at, even though again
Mhm.
it's going to be slower, it's your assault mech. It's massive. It's not going to be the thing that's going to be speedy, like say the assassins or whatever else you might have brought. But that's why you only need 1 or 2 of these suckers, because they're heavy hitters. That's why you bring the Goliath.
Yeah. It
It
gives
also has
me
exposed. It also has exposed actuators, by the way. Speaking
yeah.
of, while giving the Aztecs headaches.
This
Yeah.
is not a perfect thing whatsoever, but
no. Yep. He can shoot at great range, and just in case infantry get close,
It can stomp. Yeah, I think the only the biggest downside I see about the Goliath, it's only 80 tons. That's kind of small.
Eh,
Well, that is one downside to it, yes. It also lacks hands.
Yeah,
The black hands at this point.
topple me now.
Mhm. And
I
see,
think
this is where my army this is what I came up with for mine.
Dun,
The
dun, dun,
entire
dun,
mechs
dun, dun,
of
dun,
every
dun.
mech that I picked, only one of them actually has hands. And that was the assassin. Nothing else had hands.
But quick question though. Yeah. Like I don't know. Part of me feel like a Fefe might not kill you, but I feel like this would be a problem for the militia. Like it gives me 80-80 vibes.
Mm.
I
But the machine, but it also have like plus also the LMs, as you say, have multi-tracking capabilities.
Yeah, the Goliath
Like
does have multi-track.
like
Mhm.
I think
that can
I don't
potentially
know.
mess up my base very quickly.
I think
Yep.
I think it squeaks by because you'll see the Goliath and I think you can tell because you'll be able to you're a trader. You can talk to the people who are going to be helping you overthrow a Hefe. You can say, yeah, just make sure you get something fast to run up and kick it really hard. It'll fall over and die.
Well, the other
I
thing is multi-track doesn't do anything if you get
True.
Because it has those exposed actuators, and unless I'm mistaken, exposed actuator just makes kick attacks to the legs do more damage. So I think it'll squeak. It squeaks by as a star from me.
Okay.
Mm.
Uh, I
What's
no,
exposed?
I'm not seeing anything about exposed actuators doing anything to LRM damage. You mean swarm attacks? Yeah, swarm attacks are more effective against exposed actuators. So this will, in fact, be easier for infantry to take down if you are doing it that way. So if they use mechs, get behind, and if they use infantry, swarm.
Yeah, I think it squeaks by. It squeaks by for me. Final answer.
Understood.
And this is where the Hornet comes in, because what is the Hornet's job? Well, it's to protect the Goliath. Now you understand my master plan of why I told him to bring Hornets.
Eh. Mhm. Good.
I'll say he lives.
All right, so that's a star from everyone, I believe.
Ooh,
Well, I also brought a Goliath, so
yeah,
Yeah,
me too.
Yeah, I'm still here. A longbow. O-0W. I brought the fast longbow.
wow.
Which longbow is this?
The
0W.
longbow 0W. So it's a 460. So walk 4, so it's slightly faster. It strips armor out and heat sinks out to move faster. So it is only at -6 for heat when it fires
Holy.
its 2 LRM-20s and its LRM-5s. I was trying to find a worse mech. It has a searchlight, so like the rifleman, it is also night capable.
Mm.
It doesn't have arms because it's a longbow, and it has anti-aircraft targeting, so it is the other half of Elbonia's air defense system.
I would also like to point out that the particular version that you are bringing also has a small laser
Oh, yes, it does. It does have a small
Bug
laser.
zapper.
Yep.
for that really annoying crop duster.
Yes, the OW.
Mm,
The actual long bow, literally.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think I definitely I think El Jefe is going to take a look at the size of those LRM-20s and have a moment. The of well, we won't go into what that moment. The he's gonna enjoy the sight of that, and then the additional LRM-5s on top of it. The he's gonna yeah it's very much a mech design that I think will appeal to El Jefe's ego. We'll say with
Ego,
the
yes.
very very large LRMs, large circular LRMs that kind of remind El Jefe of something about himself.
Mm-hmm.
The
And it pairs well with the rifleman. The rifleman is the close anti-air, and this is the longer range anti-air. It works perfectly together. Also, it's fire support for everything. It will overcook over long engagements, but you know what? It's so destructive, it won't be a problem. We won't cook off the ammo because we won't need to fire that much. Because look, 2 LRM-20s.
True. Also, it does have like no dang armor too, so that the resistance might find them a lot easier to take care of than most assault mechs.
Mm-hmm. It's also faster than most assault mechs.
are you
True.
sure you're not Alex trying to bring incendiary missiles, your infernos into this?
No, I came up with something slightly dumber, and it'll make a lot of sense once we get to my wild card. Yeah, the OW.
Yeah.
It's also ubiquitous, so it should be easy to find and find parts for. So however many El Jefe wants,
Yeah, I think El Jefe would be all for this, and I don't think the rebels are going to have any problem taking it down.
oh, it's also the Star League era model. It's from the
Ooh.
Star League. Need I say more? Yeah, but the LGBOW, the long bow, it's been around since the Star League. Proven system. It's fast. It's got it's just good. It's a proven mech.
I'm thinking he gets this. I'm thinking he gets the star.
It's also more expensive than the base longbow by about 1 million sea bills. So yep.
Yeah, I think he's getting a star for this. Circle gets the
Somehow,
score.
but yes.
So what do we
So
do
this
without?
will give hell to militia in the beginning, though. Militia would not like this to begin with, but it will easily fall down.
That's Alex's column.
Yeah, what are we gonna do about that?
The
He's not gonna be here to
stalker.
defend his vehicle. No, I mean,
Well, he did.
he's not
He
gonna be
did.
here to defend.
He did explain his. You do have a reason thing, so I can read it off. So he says the stalker is a perfect match for bringing up the rear. Although slow, the stalker brings a blistering array of weapons to finish any fight. They're all over the place, meaning supply isn't an issue. Their advanced combat computer means it only overheats a little bit. 22. So if
I
my
know.
understanding is he's trying to overheat it and then blow it up with the Inferno ammo.
Which it is very good at
Yeah.
doing.
So
Yeah. A stalker is actually. I think like a stalker, at least from what I'm understanding, even though like low can be like both good and like bad at the same time.
Mm.
Like the stalker is actually pretty decent for assault mech.
I think I think he gets it from me because it's good enough, and his entire strategy is we blow ourselves up with Inferno ammo, and it will definitely do that in the hands of periphery pilots. So
Sure.
Yep.
I mean, it's a stalker. It's gonna
Burn,
blow up.
baby, burn.
I know.
Inferno ammo.
Yeah, like yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's been pretty consistent. He's getting a live leak for that one. Absolutely.
Like it just
Yep.
even the stalker has like way too many. I think the stalker just has way too many weapons. Like even if it's not a
It's nasty.
It is,
Yeah,
but
like-
that is why it
Nasty.
overheats so much.
yeah, like
but again, you don't have to use all those weapons at the same time. Even you shoot from the range, they get close to, you start It's like very much
think
an
I think it's going to be a case of the good pilots are going to make it difficult,
fucking terrifying.
but the average pilots are going to get bowled over because they will have blown themselves up. Yeah, but I think it's going to be one of those ones where he's going to get like if his plan doesn't go off, our fellow rebels are going to burn him alive in that Inferno ammo.
Ow.
Yeah.
Do we want to just go ahead and hop to wild card right quick, or do we
Yeah,
want to
wild
go
card.
through?
Let's do the wild card and then do the ground vehicles later. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, if y'all don't mind, because yeah, it's getting kind of late. So
Yeah, this took a bit longer than we expected.
what? My God.
Ah.
Dear God. Okay.
Oh my.
Dear
Oh my
God.
God.
They're not gonna be able to use that mech. Like, that's- yeah. Oh, but you're gonna need like 2 pilots for that. Alright, yep, never mind. The Oli versions had 2.
The conversion equipment dies.
It's only gonna break instantly.
Yeah,
Let me know
I'm
they all
not gonna lie.
die.
I think El Jefe is gonna love this.
Yeah, he's fucked. They don't know what to do. Oh, you know what's gonna
my only
happen?
question, it says on Sarna, the Phoenix Hawk was never fully developed and often glitch and has occasional glitches because the first Succession Wars destroyed the factory. So are there going to be enough of them to feed El Jefe's ambitions?
Just barely. Just barely. Also, you know what? Comstone. Somehow, some way.
The funny math people or the funny math people?
We get we get the phone company involved somehow.
Dude.
So I wouldn't want those mechs anyway.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think you pass.
Yeah, yeah. No,
I-
I'm gonna say El Jefe is gonna go for this.
Like if you can get enough of them, and if it's on the yeah, if you can sell it as like these are your elite like best of the best units, so you don't need many of them. Okay, I can see it. I can see it. Yeah.
They can be recon, fast strike.
However, I will point out the Urban Mech Lamb is almost as capable and significantly cheaper.
Oh my god.
Is
We're not no, no, just stop. Just
that
stop.
is truly not canon.
Just your regular warrior VTOL, because it's not exactly a fancy wild card, but we did need something to scout with, and something that's really millions and is totally yeah, an urban since the urban mech can't scout, we'll have to rely on the warrior H7, which honestly is just a Hind D from the 20th century that somehow ended up in BattleTech.
It is what it is. I mean, he needs a scout with the list that he's been building. He's got a scout now. It makes sense.
Plus, it's a bit hard to pilot. Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Hmm.
But let's be
Yeah.
honest.
P.S.
El
You're flying a
Jefe,
helicopter. Oh shit.
yeah. El Jefe is gonna love this.
Hmm.
Our Hinds will blot out the sun.
And then immediately get shot out the sky.
By my rifle.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm saying he's getting starved.
Yeah.
I'm
Yep.
good with him
Yes.
getting a star. Yeah.
Please, please, please. All right, good.
Uh,
Okay.
so
Okay.
since I have all this air defense, I'm bringing the Defender Medium Strike Fighter. It's cheap at 233,000 C bills. And so that means we can get a lot of them. But it is functionally useless when it comes to air-to-air combat. So it is completely reliant on my air defense mechs to keep it itself alive. And it
And
doesn't really carry any payload. Yep.
Yep.
It's not in aerospace. It can't go into space. It's a conventional fighter.
uh,
It's
you gotta
labeled
like it
aerospace,
though.
but it cannot into space.
You gotta like it though.
it's effectively an F5 designed to do mostly air to ground.
Hallelujah.
Not the Drake, the Defender. Oh yeah. Defender, yeah.
True. It's hysterical.
But all this has is 2 LRM-5s and 1 SRM-2.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I don't quite
Saber.
understand the arrow, like the arrow conversion to real life, because it's got an SRM2 and 2 LRM5s, so it's not going to win any dogfights against anything, and it can't go into space, so it's useless there too. Pretty much, yeah. But it's cheap. It's we can get like
Cheap.
four of them for 1,000,000 C-bills, so we can have a lot of them, which will be good because we will need a lot of them to do anything because they're gonna die.
I mean, his defenders will blot out the sun.
Yeah. Better hope you have things to defend against that though.
Yeah, the rifleman and the longbow.
I like it. I think El Jefe is going to enjoy this one too.
I don't think the militia is though. Like
They're
I
not gonna
don't
like that 500
think
kilo
they'll-
bomb on their head.
I don't
Yeah.
think they're gonna like all that airspace.
Or
Like
just
as
air
my
support,
cousin,
period.
yeah, and my cousin say air support wins a lot of battles, and that is a lot of air support.
Oh crap.
Yeah, when you're getting
Yeah.
shot at by your Apaches and stuff.
Yeah.
But this is,
And
I mean,
feel like the difference between helicopters is helicopters move slow enough to where you can easily take that thing out with a rocket. Fighter pilots, not as much.
Warheads on foreheads.
All right, so is Grath getting live leaked?
Yep. Sorry, man.
all right, I will remember
That was too
this.
good of a choice.
It's a good choice.
It was a very good choice, and it was a great wild card.
I will remember this. I will be merciless going forward. No more mercy for any of you.
I mean, we
No
will
more
be fighting
nice.
sooner or later.
Oh no.
I
Right, so you ready for last but most certainly not least, possibly the
Yes.
best wild card? Does El Jefe not deserve the luxury of one of the quickest vehicles around a hovercraft capable of entering light woods with a drop top so that his adoring people can see him in his glory. Gold-plated, forward small laser, rear flamer. The skimmer is what is capable of protecting El Jefe and showcasing himself to the masses. And we can use military variations for scouting and recon because, again, it's a hovercraft that can go into woods and it farts flames.
I think you'll sell them on the I think you'll sell them on the personal transport, but I think when you turn to military application, he's just gonna be like, "You dumbass, this is stupid."
I feel like you're
No,
gonna get shot for
military.
that.
Yeah,
For
you're gonna get executed for
Then
this.
cut that off the table and just get the single gold-plated version
no.
that El Jefe can ride around himself.
Oh yeah, he'll get one, but he's asking you for the military. It's like, yes, my car, yes. But what about the troops? And you'll be like, yeah, and then he's just gonna be like, no, get the fuck out.
Are you
Yeah.
telling me you don't think El Jefe wants skimmers?
He wants a skimmer. He wants a skimmer to ride around and flex on.
Nope.
No. It's got a small laser
No,
and a rear flamer.
nah, man, nah.
You're getting shot.
You're getting executed.
No, he doesn't dissolve the bullet.
Oh yeah, no.
I knew you guys would love my wild card. I just want you to know you're welcome. Does somebody have an image of just a claw hammer? I'm so proud. I just want you all to know I spent my whole life waiting for this moment. And now my life is over, and this is why. Worth it for the skimmer, baby. A huge Home Depot logo. I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you. El Jefe wants a skimmer.
He'll have his personal skimmer, but then you're getting beaten up for suggesting more people should use them.
His is gold plated.
Resistance is gonna be like, okay, that's a thing. Hefe gonna be like,
Oh, you guys, just wait. Wait until we get to the vehicle section. Just you wait, and I'm gonna show you the crap I pulled out.
Oh, I genuinely think that the Defender Medium Strike Fighter makes a lot of sense when you add everything else into this mix. Alex is gone.
He did, and he had the Inferno, which we all declared that he would be live leaked.
Infernos.
Well, survivors so far, we're not done yet.
That's true.
Alex is surviving based off of player vote.
Just for mechs. Yep. Yeah, so he got he probably would end up in second place then. The tie. Yeah. Hey man, not a problem.
Okay.
Like, I love it, but
Oh,
No, so you have an extra murder on your assault.
Oh,
right?
that's
Oh no, but then you don't
no,
go down there.
he doesn't. He doesn't. That's the thing. So technically, you're in third place, and then Grathu and I are tied for fourth because we've been murdered 4 categories. So yeah, you're actually
Yeah, I think it's a 3-way tie because everyone's down 2, but you're ahead with the audience. It's first, and then everyone else is first, second, because Alex is in second at the moment, and then it's like a 3-way tie for second because everyone's with the audience score, I believe, has 2, and
ooh, I will not be available on Black
I will
Friday.
not be available.
As far as I know.
should be fine at is that a Sunday or a Saturday? Or Friday? Okay. Yeah, no, I should be fine. I'm usually fine most most nights.
yeah.
Honestly, I might have to put some random stuff in just for fun. Yep.
Look forward to it.
See ya.
Good night. Can't I just can't stop laughing about the Home Depot.
You're welcome.